Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'll be talking about my first Funko Pop trading event. So I've known that they've had these events for a few months now. There's a collectibles store at my local mall, and they have a huge variety of Funko Pops. And apparently, every month, this group puts on like a trading event where you can pretty much like rent a table for a really small fee and, just trade with other collectors or sell. So I had booked a table for this past month and I was pretty excited, getting ready, getting all my pops organized and whatnot. So fast forward, to the event time, and when I got there, I was kind of surprised because it was supposed to start at 1, and I got there around 12:50, and there's only one table set up, so I was a little nervous, like wondering if people are gonna show up, but eventually people did show up, and I have to say it was a great experience. I was a little like nervous if people were gonna show up because of Comic Con, because a lot of people either were going to Comic Con or had just spent a ton of money on the Comic Con pops. So I didn't realize that it fell on the same day. So things were a little slow at first, but things eventually did pick up, and like I said, it was great. Met a lot of cool people, made some cool trades, and really happy with it. And the funny thing is, you first start off collecting, and it's all about pops, but it's really just connecting with people like that makes it cool. Like seeing other people's collections, interacting with them. Because obviously all these guys are collectors too, and we all share the same interest, and just meeting other people that love the same thing, it's pretty cool. It's like kind of goes beyond pops, and this is also kind of why I have this channel. It's like just to connect with other people who are interested in the same thing. So it's pretty cool to see just the sense of community, and how these little toys like actually like go beyond just collecting toys. So anyways, let's get back to the toys. And let me show you guys what I got. So this first one we have here is King Deadpool, and this was an FYE exclusive. And I'm pretty happy with it because, I don't know, I think it's really cool because he has the burger. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see it right there. So, it kind of reminds you of the Burger King a little bit. And I actually have a good amount of this set so far. I didn't really want to collect them all because there's so many, but I do have a good number of them. I am still missing Panda Pool. I didn't originally pick it up because I missed it online, and then I had a chance to get it in store, but I didn't want to wake up super early, and I felt like it would go online, and I wanted to just order it so I'd have a chance for a chase, but it never went back up online, so still missing that one. And I still never picked up the Samurai Deadpool from GameStop just because I wasn't too excited about it. But yeah, I have most of the store exclusives now. And since I'm showing you guys this one, let me show you another one that I recently picked up. This wasn't related to the trading event though. I just feel like it goes pretty well with this King Deadpool. We have Chicken Suit Deadpool. This is one of my most wanted ones. Hold on, let me see if we can focus here. Can you guys see that? I think you can see it pretty well. There you go. And this is one of my most wanted ones just because, I don't know, I just thought it looked super cool how he's in a chicken suit and eating fried chicken. Really happy to get this one. I think this is my most wanted one of the set. And of course it goes well with the like King Burger Deadpool. Anyways, so back to the trade. So what I ended up trading for this one was Elastigirl, which I haven't had an extra of, and I think it was a pretty fair trade. They like what I thought was cool is that when they were looking at my table and like seeing what I was saying what they wanted, and then I looked at their table and told them what I was interested in. And they did tell me that this one, like, right away they told me that it did have some damage, but, I thought that was cool that they mentioned that right off the bat. I am an inbox collector, but honestly, like, the damage isn't on the front, so the front still looks great. And I think this one is kind of hard. It would be hard for me to find because there isn't really an FYE near me. So I thought it was a pretty good trade. All right, so I guess we'll continue with that theme of Deadpool. And let's see. And we have this guy, Wizard Deadpool. I was pretty happy to get this one as well because I missed it a few times when it went online. And what I ended up trading for this one was a Miles Morales Spider-Man. And I had an extra one of those because I was a longtime subscriber of the Marvel subscription box. And if you guys have been subscribed to that for a while, you know that they pretty much sent you out a free box, like I guess as a thank you or just because they had extra. And I ended up getting the Secret Wars box, which I already had. So, I had a duplicate of that box, and this trading event was like the perfect opportunity to trade stuff, that I had extras of for stuff that I didn't have. So I was pretty happy to trade that one for this one because I've been wanting this one, and I was pretty bummed that I missed out, but I'm happy to have it right now. I just think it's pretty funny, he's like Gandalf, but I don't know. But Deadpool, like super random. Somehow it works for Barnes & Noble because it's like books, Lord of the Rings, but yeah, happy to get this one. And next we have a pretty old one. It's Riot Gear Glen Murray. It's actually, Walking Dead is the first line I ever started collecting. My first pop that I ever had was the Hot Topic exclusive Daryl Dixon with Poncho. So, I am missing a lot of the Walking Dead pops, but I did have like the original Glen, like the super old one where he has his hat and like the gun. But, I was missing this one, so I was pretty happy to pick this one up. I ended up trading the Iron Spider for this one, the Target exclusive, which was a pretty good deal. Honestly, I think the guy I traded with, kind of let me have a little bit of the deal, a little bit better of the deal because, he's a friend. So that was pretty cool of him. They're about even in price, but, this one was a little more. He goes for about 26, I think, on Pop Price Guide, and Iron Spider was like 20 something. So pretty happy to get this one. And next we have this one, Superman #1, and this is a fall convention exclusive from 2017. And I actually didn't know about this one. Like, I kind of pay attention to pops on and off. Like now, like really on, like, I track every single release because I'm just like obsessed now. But, I've been collecting for a long time, but, like I said, off and on. So I didn't even know that they made this one, but, when I saw that they had it on their table, I was like, wow, that one's pretty cool. Superman #1. And I ended up trading Flocked Sully for this one. And like I said before, it's pretty cool because, everyone knows like what they have. So like all the trades are pretty even, everyone, like no one's trying to rip anyone off or anything. It's just like really cool because, like what your stuff is worth and everyone else knows what theirs is worth. So all the trades are pretty even in my opinion, which is pretty cool. Alright, so next is one that I totally did not expect to see and that I've been wanting for a while now. It's the Unmasked Cyclops. Like, I've been watching this one on eBay for so long, but, I just couldn't bring myself to pay for it, like, the going rate, which is usually around 30 these days. But XMen is, like, one of my favorites. Like, definitely my favorite Marvel. Like, even before Avengers or anything like that, I always thought X-Men were the coolest. I used to always collect the cards. I think they were like Fleer Ultra in like the mid-90s and used to watch the, what was it, the X-Men animated series Saturday morning. So X-Men have always been my favorite. And I'm just really happy to have this one. Let's see, what did I trade for this one? This one was really cool because I ended up trading 2 pops that I really wasn't super interested in, but you know, the person I traded with was interested in them, so it worked out perfectly. What I ended up trading was the Martha Wayne Joker, which was a Hot Topic exclusive. Now that pop is really cool, or pretty cool, you know, because it's kind of like that alternate timeline or whatever, where actually Bruce Wayne's mom becomes the Joker. So, but the thing is, I don't really collect DC all that much, so it was like a cool pop, but you know, wasn't one that I was like super crazy about. Like, you know, I was like, you know, I could live with or without this one. When I was getting ready for the trading event, so I just put it in my bin to trade. And what I also traded was the what was it? The Young Anakin Skywalker, which was a Target exclusive. And you know, I picked that one up at the time because pretty much just because it was a Target exclusive. I do collect Star Wars, so you know, it fit in that way, but honestly, the prequels were never my favorite, even as a kid, so you know, I wasn't too crazy about the pop, but you know, I was still happy to have it. But you know, I think it ended up working out perfectly because since this one goes for like $27.30 on eBay, and then the Martha Wayne goes for about 15 and the Anakin for like 10, so pretty cool trade. Alright, so we have the last pop that I traded for, and I was super happy to get this one too. I guess I'll introduce him like this. I guess, you know, I feel funny saying the line, but you know, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. It's Yondu. And this was the Spring Convention exclusive, and basically what that translates to is Emerald City Comic Con, but this was shared with Target. And obviously, you know, this is like a really cool scene from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where Yondu like comes floating down with the little arrow here, and it's kind of like, you know, like Mary Poppins floating down with her umbrella. So I had originally missed this one, and I was pretty bummed out, you know, because it was before I used to check like what was coming out all the time. Like I knew that this pop was coming out, but I missed it because I wasn't, basically it wasn't as obsessive as I am now, but I missed out and I was pretty bummed. So the funny story about this one was that you know, I had set up at my table, and you know, the guy was sitting up next to me, and you know, I was checking out his table, and I saw this one, which I was interested in for sure. And I kind of asked him, it's like, are you mostly selling or trading? Or he said, yeah, I'll trade, but you know, I'm not really looking for much besides, you know, except like Fire Jack Jack. And then I was like, wait a second, I have Fire Jack Jack. Yeah, I had an extra one that, you know, I was willing to trade. So it pretty much worked out perfectly. And I think both parties were happy. He did offer for that pop plus cash because he said that the pop Jack Jack usually goes for around 30 or so, and you know, the Yondu was like marked at like 38, which it normally goes for. So I made up the difference in cash, and I think it was a really good deal because I picked up the Jack Jack for you know, for retail price, and you know, so I was pretty happy to make that deal because I've been looking for this one for a long time. So there you go. So lastly, we're gonna wrap it up because I made some purchases. Yeah, it was kind of bad because I was there to kind of get rid of like some doubles or like pops that I didn't want anymore, but I think I ended up actually you know, adding more to my collection because I ended up buying a few pops, which is, you know, I couldn't resist. So there was a guy there, and he had like on his table, he had a bin where he had like $5 pops or whatever, and I was honestly surprised because there were some like really cool ones. Like normally for a $5 bin, you would kind of expect pops that like nobody wants, or you know, stuff that's not that interesting, but there were some good ones. So let me show you guys. First we have the Tick, and this is a common, but I think he looks really cool. I remember they had the Tick cartoon when I was younger. I'm not sure exactly what this is based off of, if it's like that revived TV show I think they had on Amazon, or if it's based on like the comic or whatever, if it's based on the cartoon, but still really cool, whatever version is based off of. And next we have Real Monsters, Oblina. I do have Ikis already, so right now the last one I'm missing is Crumb. The funny thing is they actually did have Crumb there, but he was in the $10 bin, so I was like being a little cheapy and I didn't want to exactly pay $10 for Crumb yet, so I'm still missing him, but one day I'll get Crumb. And next we have Bane from Batman the Animated Series. I was honestly really surprised to see this one in there, because I thought, I always thought Bane is a really cool character, and I think this pop is pretty cool as well. And finally, the last one we have is Phantasm from Batman the Animated Series. This one was $5 as well, and in my opinion this pop looks really cool. Yeah, so to wrap things up, I had a great time at the trading event. I met a lot of cool people, and I joined like the Facebook group, whatever that the group had. So it's been pretty interesting, I just kind of feel like I'm like more a part of the community now, at least here locally, and I don't know, it's just pretty cool to just interact with other collectors and fans, and yeah, it's making things a lot more fun. So that's about it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.